Digital citizenship is so boring.
We're still missing a bunch of people. Oh, I don't know where everybody is. Where are they? Where are they? Trying to close some of my, what is it called? Tabs, because I think it's slowing everything down. But it's slow even closing them. I have not checked my email yet today. I got in and I started working.
I just want something real.
Sorry. Trying to shut down somebody's tab. We're still missing half the class. Where is everybody today? Yeah, I guess so. Mondays are hard for people, right? Oh, I can't get these tabs to shut. My computer is so slow today. Well, we're going to have more people in the building, so we're going to have some more lagging and stuff today, so that more people using the Wi-Fi. I guess that makes sense. Wrong class.
I don't want to start class. I want to keep looking at names.
Okay, give me a second.
But I still
No problem, Jaden. I'm just waiting for a couple more people to get on. We're missing so many people. I thought I would. All right.
Married a fish.
There is a big difference between 6th graders and 8th graders, and you guys are closer to 8th graders, right?
I guess. I'm so tired.
Okay. Let me try this.
Yes.
We are going to start with a Monday meme.
Oh.
So, we're going to start with a pear deck.
Come on.
Monday meme. This one's a little bit different. Give me a second and I will put my screen on present. Just slow opening up stuff. I know, it's a little, one day my door keeps on opening up. It is early, Emma.
I wanna take a nap. I woke up an hour ago.
I couldn't go to sleep last night. I was up sewing masks, and I wanted to get them done. So I was watching Schitt's Creek and sewing masks, and every time an episode would end, I'm like, oh, I'll be done within this next episode, so I'm just gonna start one more. Oh, I'm almost done. I'm gonna start one more. I'm almost done. I'm gonna start one more. Before I realized it, I was done and ready to go upstairs, and I looked at the time, and it was 2 o'clock in the morning. Not good. Here we go. Monday meme. How long
No.
is it taking me to open this?
No, I don't do Monday. Okay? Okay, Miss O'Connor? I don't do Mondays.
So, you have to write a research question.
Wait. What's a Monday meme? Why did that open up? Monday meme. Might have put the wrong link in. There we go. That's what I thought. Sorry guys, you see how long it's taking, right? I'm not just sitting here eating bonbons. I'm just waiting for the stuff to open. Bonbons would be nice right about now. It would make Monday feel a lot better. Oh my goodness. So,
When does spring break start?
spring break starts on Friday. We don't have school on Friday. That is the first day of spring break.
Yeah.
Your birthday's Saturday. Congratulations, Cygnus. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry guys. This is just really taking so long. Open Pear Deck, I've already clicked that once. Sometimes I over-click when I'm impatient and that actually slows it down. Projects will be graded this week, Moyo. Alright, here we go. So you should have a new tab open for the Pear Deck. The code is going to come up right now. Sorry it took so long. So slow.
Why is my internet lagging?
There we go. RIGBYP. Red incentives gladly bother young pears.
Dang it!
A sentence which makes no sense.
I got it in late.
Yes, so we have today, Tuesday, for those people that come in on Wednesday and Thursday. So 3 to 4 days this week.
Says me standing in the mirror. What's that? That's the thing around. Let's go. Show me
Alright,
some.
I need about 10 more people on the Pear Deck. Sorry it took so long.
Can't help myself. It's all need nobody else.
Miss O'Connor,
Uh-huh.
I just wanted to tell you that I might not be here on the 30th, like tomorrow.
Okay.
6.
Are you going away?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that sounds fun. Hogwarts school starts on September 1st. Ruben, good to know. I don't know, Valerie. I'll have to look it up. All right, I still need about 5 more people on the Pear Deck.
Still got no idea what those numbers mean.
Never know when it's going to show up in the grade book.
That's my dog. Oreo.
And last week I had quite a few people that
Oreo!
on the Pear Deck, but actually never typed anything in the slide.
What are you barking at now?
All right, Monday meme. Here we go. I have 3 different
No
memes
idea
here.
who that is.
The Oprah meme, you get a citation, and you get a citation, and you get a citation. Everybody gets a citation. We have Home Alone, that moment when your teacher mentions the research paper. Ah! And we have the Willy Wonka meme. So you found it on Wikipedia. That's some solid research you've done. So, which meme would most apply to you if given a research assignment? Explain why. Yep, it's totally based on that. And you get a car, and you get a car.
No, I'm good.
All right, Emma, your answer doesn't make sense to me.
Nothing makes sense. Pineapple. I answered pineapple. Pineapple doesn't make any sense, does it?
Emma, can you edit your answer so it makes more sense?
No.
Valerie, you thinking it over? Moyo, you want to pick one? All right. Let's. So, like, I don't know what pineapple means. Like, it doesn't. I didn't see a pineapple on any.
Are you in a pineapple phase again?
Of the meme, so I'm not sure what the answer means, Emma.
I don't. Pineapple is a joke in itself.
A lot of people pick Home Alone. And citation. Use Wikipedia too much. I don't feel good about citations.
What happened?
Wikipedia. So like they were pretty much equal, right?
That could have been from Oreo, I guess.
What is that?
Cream cheese wrapper.
People worrying about research paper, people worrying about the citations and doing them correctly. Yeah, does pineapple mean something? Should I know what that means? I'm not sure. Okay.
You have to tell me.
And then of course people, you know,
Apple is
Wikipedia
not
is often
mine.
the first site that comes up, and so it's the easiest one to use. But there's pros and cons to Wikipedia. Teachers used to say that you shouldn't use Wikipedia at all because it's an unverified source. Now that thought has changed a little bit, where people, you know, most teachers will say you can start with Wikipedia, but you know it's a launching point to find other sources and things like this. How much longer does you mean, like in the quarter, Milana, or the today? The quarter. It ends next week. Next week's our last week, I believe. I've got to look it up.
Yay!
What?
It's our last week next week.
You're switching, like English stays the same. English is a semester-long class, and so but like PE and what?
It's not until April 14th.
This is the only class you're switching, though.
Okay, so it's the 2 weeks after spring break, right? Emma, I'm a little sad that you seem so excited that you're leaving my class so soon. I've enjoyed having you.
Yeah, but I think we all want to enjoy it from away from.
No, just say it's. I'm not much closer to
Oh,
going.
so you're excited about spring break, not my class ending, right?
So she doesn't feel bad, Emma.
Don't answer that. All right. Well, today we're going to start talking about research, and we're going to start with a research question. So if you were in the GT research class last year with Miss Han, this will be very repetitive to you, but let's just start by looking at how we start with questions.
May we X out of the...
Yeah, you can get out of the player deck. Yep.
So did she break her arm or whatever? Did she say?
Who?
Never mind.
So, you have to write a research question. But what exactly is a research question? Simply put, a research question is a question related to your topic that needs to be answered. For many students, this is one of the hardest parts of the research process. It's quite possible you don't know enough about your topic to even know what questions to ask. But even if you do, you may know less than you thought. At this point, it's usually a good idea to do some background research. Try a web search, or look at some news articles. This should be enough to give you some ideas for directions you can explore.
No, you're not going outside. Go lay down.
Now that you have some information that will help you, there are a few things to consider when deciding what makes a good research question. Your question should not be too narrow or too broad. You should not be able to answer your questions with a few words, a list, or a quick answer. On the other hand, if you would need to write an entire book to properly answer your research question, it's probably not a good question either. Your question needs to be specific. Questions such as, are smartphones bad for schools, are very vague. Make your question more precise by asking questions like, how do smartphones' adverse effects on student achievement outweigh their potential as a learning tool? Research questions should answer a so what question.
So
It should interest you, but also be important to others. Research questions should also be questions that can be answered. For example, you'll never know what decisions made in secret meetings caused Apple to develop the iPod. Finally, try focusing on emerging topics rather than asking questions that have already been asked and answered over and over again. If you remember to ask questions that are specific, answerable, and interesting to yourself and to others, then you are well on your way to becoming a good researcher.
You goofing off?
No.
Alright. So, today we are going to start with just generating the question. Generating the question.
Ever hear about writer's block?
Sorry.
Did you know it's an excuse writers use to take a really...
So, we're going to start by doing one together, and then I'm going to let you go in breakout groups to work. So... As she mentioned, you have broad topics, and then we're going to generate some questions, and then we'll talk about open or closed questions. So someone give me, I'm going to do, my topic is going to be gardening. Because I love to garden.
Do we have to do this?
Okay. Alright. So, I want us to go around and everyone put at least one question about gardening in the chat. Any type of question you have. Does someone have a, girls, does someone have their iPod on? Put been hearing like a little weird background music, like noise. Oh, okay.
What plants
So,
grow
any
good
question?
in
So, like,
Maryland?
Jaden, give me a questioning about gardening. Okay, Stephen's question is, why do people like to garden? Okay.
That may not be specific enough.
Should we write this in our like own document?
What did you
Nope.
write, Emma?
You're gonna do
Is
your
there a
own-
way to
I
keep
just-
flowers from
I'll write it
dying?
for you.
Okay.
Of course, my thing is not typing. There we go.
That may be a closed question. That may be too narrow.
Oh my gosh, the delay is real and harsh. Okay.
Baby boys got keep falling every day on an hour. Catch you while I breathe, baby. Yeah.
And then how many of you, as I'm typing these questions or you're seeing them in the chat, you saw someone else's question, it made you think of a new question, right? Like maybe someone's question that they wrote has caused you to think of a new question. Did that happen to anyone?
Yes.
You get it. So we were going to try to get as many questions down as possible, and I can't come on. So I would keep going with this in the real world, and hopefully once some of these questions are here, either you guys or me, we would generate new questions because one question might make us think of a new one. So like for example, Rayan had this question. Why can't robots do gardening? Which made me think of what new technology is available for the home gardener. Right? So his question about robots, which to me was like, well, I don't really care about robots, but it created a new question for me. Does that make sense? So the idea with this is to come up with as many questions as possible. So when you do this in your small group, you're not just going to have everyone do one question. Like everyone is going, you might, each person might generate 4 or 5 questions. You basically want to keep putting questions until you run out of questions. Does that make sense? The more questions, the better. Once my questions are in here, then I'm going to highlight with the green and the red. So let's talk about what an open question is. Who thinks they can define what an open question is for us? Anyone? Question that is open. Thank you, Davis. That's not really a good definition. Anyone want to try again? Well, let's start with a closed question. Closed question is easier. A closed question can be answered with a single word or yes, no. Right? Like there's only one answer, right?
be silly and just
So when you think about
Answer
closed
correctly,
questions,
okay.
it'd be like, you know, do people have gardens in the city? The answer is either yes or the answer is no, right? How do people create gardens in the city is not a closed question, right? It's not a yes.
Like one of those survey questions, there's no right or wrong answer.
Sometimes there's still right answers with open questions, but they're questions that you have to elaborate and give details to, right? So if you think about yes/no questions, like do you like Chinese food? The answer is yes or no. I do like Chinese food. I don't like Chinese food. How many times do you eat at a Chinese food restaurant? I eat Chinese food at least once a month. Still a closed question, like, right? Like one simple is, you know,
I accidentally muted it.
how do different Chinese food restaurants prepare their Kung Pao chicken? Now I've got to get into more details, right? They need that details and explanation. So I'm going to look at these questions. Let's try to, the closed ones are the easiest. Of the questions I've typed here, which ones do we think are closed or have like yes, no, or like simple one-word answers? Keith Davis. What are the best plans for beginners? Yes, that is a closed question. So I'm going to make that one red or pink. Any other closed questions?
Maybe the what are the best part? Oh wait, that's open or that's closed?
Well, if I can answer with a list, that's probably a closed question too. Oops. There we go. Closed is like yes, no, or a specific word or list. Open questions need an explanation, right? Yeah, what flowers are good for gardening? That's going to be closed because that's gonna be, you know, a list probably. Oh, why is this not? I'm pushing the wrong thing. What? So, is why can't robots do gardening going to be answered with sassafras, sarsaparilla? It's going to need a little bit more detail. So that is not going to be a closed question. That's going to be an open question. I'm going to do that one in the green. So why do people like to garden? I keep hearing, I don't know what sarsaparilla is, Subin, it just came up. Why do people like to garden? Closed or open? Yep, open. What type of plants grow in the spring? Yep, open is an explanation. How long does it take to create a full garden of plants? So this one could go either way. If the answer is 2 years, that's closed. But if there's like, well, it depends on what you call a full garden, right? So that could kind of go either way. Is there a way to keep flowers from dying? closed question. If I changed it and said, what are the best ways to keep flowers from dying, it would be closed. I mean open, but just, is there a way? The answer is either going to be yes or no, right? So you get the gist of what you're going to do? I'm going to give you guys the link so that you can each have a copy of your own blank document. Then I'm going to put you in small groups, and you guys are going to take turns, each creating a topic and having the group help you generate questions and identify them as open or closed. Make sense? So it will actually take a little bit, because if you have a group of 4, each person, so let's say Garrett, Rayla, Lena, and Audrey are in a group. If Garrett's going first, he's going to present his screen. You guys can use the chat or the microphone, right? But everyone's going to help Garrett identify questions about his topic. You cannot have the same topic as someone else in your group. It has to be a separate, distinct topic for each person. And you're going to do it just like we did it. Are there questions about what you're going to do?